One of the things we will be covering in class is AI, and we will look at a number of tools. I will demonstrate some of them. Hopefully you will take a look at a number of them yourself. If you're not familiar with them, don't be afraid. You can experiment. You can see what they do and make a more informed decision about the use of them. Today, I want to show you NotebookLM. It's a tool from Google. Google's regular AI chat tool is called Gemini. That is just like Claude or Copilot, some of the other more common ones. Notebook here offers users the ability to kind of take some resources, put them in this notebook, and it creates kind of a study guide, lets you create a timeline and an interactive map, and it's pretty amazing. I'm showing it to you today because for the past couple months I've just been in awe of the podcasting feature it has that is just remarkable. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to demonstrate it today using the ISTE standards, which are in our class underneath questions and ideas. There's a page called the ISTE standards. These standards are for educators. The standards also include students and administrators, but these ones are for teachers. You should take a look at this page and wonder about your use of technology in academic settings. I will talk about this and try to include it in a lot of the activities we do. But for today, I'm just going to use these standards along with the Neil Postman article and an interview he gave about a book that he wrote called Technopoly. So here we are in NotebookLM, and I already created this just 20 minutes ago, and this is what it looks like. So it begins with some sources. Here are those ISTE standards. That's a web page. Here is a YouTube video, and here is a Google Doc. You can add up to 50 sources, and these sources are what the AI tool draws on for most of its information. So you can upload PDFs, you can link to websites or videos, you can use documents in your Google Drive, or you can just copy and paste text. I chose just these three for today. The chat feature is just, you can ask it any question and it's going to give you answers, just like Claude or Gemini or Copilot. What is really remarkable here is this studio, and it's in this studio where the notion of the notebook really kind of comes together. You can see down here that you can create a study guide, an FAQ, a briefing document, and these things are pretty useful. One of the things I did with this a while back was take the study guide and put it into Quizlet, and Quizlet gave me 70 flashcards and the other tools that Quizlet creates. It was amazing. What I want to do today, though, is look at this audio overview. And we're going to just take a listen to it first, and then I'm going to show you what is truly amazing about it. So let's take a listen first.
For students.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, these standards really provide a framework for how educators can think strategically about how to use technology in their teaching.
Right.
And if you look at the 7 standards, you've got learner, leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, analyst, all these different roles for educators in a tech-rich environment.
Right.
And
So that's completely AI generated, and it does have mistakes. In fact, one of them I noticed as I played this earlier was that they refer to the ISTE standards, ISTE, as the ISIS standards. I don't know why that is. But you got to listen and make sure things are accurate. Here's what I really want to show you today, and we'll be done with this, and you can go explore it on your own, this interactive mode. So I'm going to turn on the interactive mode here just by clicking on that. And you'll see that I get a little play button down here, and a little join button here, and a restart audio. I'm going to go ahead and play it for another second.
Okay, so you sent over all this stuff about technology and how it plays into education and society as a whole. So we're going to...
You'll notice that when I play it, the little join button pops up here. So let's see what happens when I click join and I ask a question of the people in the podcast.
Try to kind of like break it all down.
Yeah.
And make it a little...
Hey there. Want to share your thoughts on this?
Yes, I'd like to know a little bit more about Neil Postman and some of the other books he wrote.
That's a great question. He's a really fascinating thinker.
Yeah, absolutely. He wrote several influential books.
Besides Technopoly, which we'll touch on more, he wrote Abusing Ourselves to Death.
Oh yeah, that one is all about how television has changed public discourse.
Exactly.
So there's another error right there, abusing ourselves to death. The book he wrote was called Amusing Ourselves to Death.
He argued that the focus shifted from rational argument to entertainment.
Which is still super relevant today, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And another key book is The Disappearance of Childhood.
I've heard of that one. What's the main idea there?
He explores how things like television blur the...
So what's amazing here is when you ask this AI tool a question like that and the podcasters answer your question, you can ask them like anything and they will bring it back as an analogy or metaphor or something back into the context of what the podcast is about. It's pretty darn remarkable. So I'm going to leave you there with NotebookLM.google.com. You can go there yourself and check this tool out and see how it works.